at the confluence of the three rivers is Acrisure Stadium. Today, a couple of teams getting set to square off in an ACC battle. It's the North Carolina Tar Heels and the Pittsburgh Panthers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Well, guys, Coach told me this hostile environment is going to be a big challenge today. He is very concerned about this crowd. It is a tough place to play, and with this home crowd, he knows that this is going to be one of their biggest challenges so far of the season. Can they get an upset on the road with this crowd noise, with this environment? He says his team has to stay locked in and focused to make it happen on the road today. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. Pitt lined up, ready for the opening kickoff as we get things underway. He'll bring it out. It's Green. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. To throw, it's Edwards. Got his man on the right. Brought down at the 25 after he picked up 10.
And when you start to develop a feel as a tight end that you can feel the zones and the holes, man, you start to become unstoppable. Nice job. QB on the same page, sees his tight end break towards the sidelines, finds the hole in the zone, delivers a strike. Nice completion, nice communication there without saying a word.
Fires to the wideout. Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
Just got to finish the play for the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Looking to fire. They're working that left side. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Early in the game as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed of the game.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. Quick completion on the out. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella. And they're
makes the grab in their space. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
And that's why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes, because if you get the right coverage and it's man-to-man and someone gets picked or can't keep up with your receiver, you just put it out nicely in front of them, they're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. Nice job by the receiver creating separation, and beautiful throw out in front of the target.
Wants to keep it in the air. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
And I like a good check down as much as anybody. Survey the field, don't make a mistake. Check it down to your running back, let him do the rest. But there was 2 guys right next to him. So that was actually a little bit of a dangerous throw, but you could tell they were definitely locked in, and they were not going to let that running back catch that football and go anywhere after the catch.
Maybe a crease. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
And this defense really wanted to come out and set the tone and be physical, but the offense did that. They took control. They owned the line of scrimmage. They create the big explosive run on the first drive to really set the tone in this football game.
And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive going to the air. Pulls it in. It's Lee. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
And that's the start you need on offense, right? The opening drive of the game, your defense allows a touchdown, so you got to come out firing, and it's good news to see the quarterback dialed in. Good read, good timing, accurate throw. It's a big-time completion, but still work to be done. This offense obviously would like to answer that touchdown with one of their own.
Last completion picked up a couple. Here comes 2nd and 8. Running inside. It's Turner. Makes it past the marker. Turns it on in midfield. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Panthers. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And that is exactly what they wanted to see. They talked about bolstering their speed at the running back spot. They said this guy could do it. And you get a good glimpse of it early in this football game. Palmer, there's one thing to talk about speed. It's another thing to talk about speed. And that guy takes off, erases some angles, and makes the big play early.
It's so true, David. There's so many really good running backs in the country that can make people miss, but when we see them get into the second level, they always get caught. This guy is a little bit different. And now if you're on defense, that's a big alert. You know, hey, if we don't tackle him, if linebackers miss him, if safeties miss him, and this guy gets in the second level, he is taking it to the house. There's a lot of pressure now in this defense to tackle.
North Carolina's offense comes onto the field ready to start the drive. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Looking to throw, it's Edwards. Picked off. What a play to set him up. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
It's really hard when that quarterback gets outside the pocket because it cuts off half of the field. Once he starts to roll out, everybody starts to sprint to the other side of the field. You know you're not going to throw it across your body going to the right. Great job by the defense closing it off and making the interception.
To the air on first down. Get it out on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there, and they made the play.
The Panthers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? They'll try to pound their way in. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
unsuccessful second down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively to try to have success on third down?
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. And this one ought to be nice and easy, a 22-yard attempt. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And with that, they've taken the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Looking downfield, it's Edwards. Throws for the tight end. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way. They put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Defense couldn't quite hold its water, and it'll be 5 free yards for the O. Defense really hurt itself with that penalty. Now it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, the ground game. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
What a great play by the linebacker. Did you talk about filling a hole? Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit out, sir.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Escapes the pressure going right. Throwing on the run. He holds it in and nobody's close. Took it all the way inside their territory, down to the 40-yard line, and that's where they'll set up shop.
And that is a backbreaker if you're the defense, because you've done your job up to that point. You've set up the offense in 3rd and very long. You know they're going to throw it. You cannot allow a guy to get open that deep down the field for an explosive play. Somebody's going to have to answer for that when they get to the sidelines.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Sets up the screen. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Pittsburgh has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played 1 period. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Scanning the field, it's Edwards. Zings it complete to the right. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. I think that receiver really had 2 choices there. Catch the ball, or he was going to wear it in his chest.
Yeah, he was going to be maybe taking an ice bath after too many of these crow routes. He catches them in the body like that. This quarterback has a cannon arm. The receiver found the soft spot in the zone, and man, the quarterback gave him no choice.
Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. Hauls it in, the 1st down and more. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
I love the aggressive nature offensively there. It's 4th down, and you're going to try and go for it, and you have so much confidence in your quarterback to be able to make that play, come up with a good throw, keep the drive alive.
Wants to throw it. Good timing on the quick out. Could not make his way to the corner.
Really good job by the defense being disciplined. They sneak the running back out. You see it. Keep outside leverage and go make us tackle in space on a guy that's used to breaking tackles, used to making plays.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands with no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21.
And he makes another momentum-building play. His 2nd interception in the 1st half. He can feel where the football's going. Got a good beat on this offense and making plays early and often for his club.
Pittsburgh sends out the offense to start this drive. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Wants to adjust the pattern. The give to the back. Just couldn't get away from the tackle.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on 3rd down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And then all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Wants to throw. It's Edwards. Looking to the big tight end. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. He makes a catch. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37.
When you run those routes, those curl routes just like that, those DBs are going to break when you go to throw the football. So you better put that thing on a line, and the QB did there. Put it on a line. Great job, great catch. 1st down.
On the move to the right and looking for a big one. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. What a play he made. Makes the interception, then takes it back to the 36.
Well, he was rolling to his right. Because of that, I don't know if it affected the timing between him and his wide receiver. They just weren't on the same page on that one as the defense comes away with the INT.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. He wants to start this drive with a pass. And his throw is incomplete. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. He lobs one high down the left side. Makes the grab deep. He is in. Touchdown, Pitt. Effective offense, leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, want to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. On the move from inside his 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. To the air, it's Edwards. Makes the catch, it's Thurman. He navigates some traffic, steps out of bounds at the 27 as this offense tries to get something going.
And it's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rounding the football?
You got to think they'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. They'll try to get the first through the air. Makes the grab. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
And it's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Looking to throw on 1st down. The quick out. Oh, he's got some... And oh, no, he loses the ball at the end of the run. Defense got it. They're on the run. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
The run inside. It's Turner. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a heat. On the move and looking. Pass Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And I absolutely understand wanting to make a play for your team, man, but you've got to know when to give it up. You're at this part of the field, man. This is the part of the field where you throw the football. You get rid of it. You don't take a sack, because what that does now to your field goal operation, it makes it a lot longer. Now the decision becomes a lot harder for this offense when he could have just thrown the football away and not taken the big loss.
Timeout now called by the Tar Heels. That'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. And this kicker might be feeling it. He made one earlier, now from 49 yards out. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. Quarterback has to have command in those situations. You cannot afford a penalty like that deep in your own territory. Pitt will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And they won't be able to down it. It goes into the end zone for a touchback. Dropping back, it's Edwards. Throws to the wideout. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half, because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead. But with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
They'll start this drive going to the air. Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was, so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Lived to fight another down.
Right through his hands. You just have to make that catch, and it'll be 3rd down.
I wonder if the receiver heard footsteps on that play. Defender, very, very close, but you'd like to see your wide receiver haul that in.
Escape! Escape! Green, 1-9 Packer! Green, and iron! Replace! Hank, replace! Brush, brush, brush! Did it!
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Oh, he makes the catch. He gets it inside the 25. They'll stop him at the 24. Not enough for the 1st down, and it's a 4th down decision time coming. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. And for the 2nd time in this game, he'll try to knock through a field goal, this one a 41-yarder. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And now the lead is even bigger.
Well, they're able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would have liked to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession, give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. The give on the counter. Stopped in the backfield as his defense doesn't want to let anything slip through here late in the half. We're just about ready to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Panthers offense comes out ready to go on the attack. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. Breaks into the open. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The Panthers, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Behind the chains now on second and long. On the ground, it's Turner. Picks up the first down. Crosses the 30, he's got away. All by himself down the middle. Touchdown, Panthers! This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed, look at the elusiveness, get into the end zone. Nice run.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is good, and the lead moves to 20. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a scintillating 52-yard jaunt to the house. Fielded in the end zone. It's Green. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. And so the Tar Heel offense makes its way onto the field to start the drive. Motion from the back. Looking for a man. It's Edwards. Quickly to the tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
To the air on second down. Gets rid of it. Caught near the sticks. It's Thurman. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And a lot of times in football, man, the short memory, we usually talk about the quarterback. But sometimes it's the running back who puts it on the deck. Sometimes it's your playmaker out wide who puts the ball on the deck. But that doesn't mean you abandon him. You come back to him, let him make plays. Nice job making the catch. And I still expect him to be a big part of this football game.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
And that's a really nice route by the wide receiver, just understanding I got to win right now. I got to get inside of that guy, and I know I'm going to get contact. You run over the middle of the field on a slant, you're going to get hit. Nice job securing the catch, making the play.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Got his man. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. And on that third and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this third down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
Just keep slinging it. Fires to the wideout. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. To the air, it's Edwards. Gets it out fast. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
From the 36, a third down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. Looking to throw for it. Working that left side now. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
Flips it out on the screen. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Just keep giving him the easy catches until they do something to stop it.
Yeah, you're going to dictate to the defense. You're going to make the defense cover him up, and then obviously it leaves the middle of the field a little bit more wide open for receiver, for a tight end. So QB keeps making the right decision, getting the ball to running back, and he's making plays.
Finding some room. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, North Carolina!
It hasn't always been pretty for the offense, David, but here in the second half, they're still getting a lot of production out of their back. Great job in the open field, showing you the speed. The question is there enough time left in the game to keep handing him the football?
Yeah, this offense is struggling, and then they're down, and they've got to make plays. Maybe this is a spark, man. Sometimes it's just that one play that gets you going. That's a long touchdown run. That's a big, explosive play, and this offense needs more of those.
He'll bring it out. It's Robinson. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. This lead that they've been working with has dwindled to 2 possessions, and now they'll try to find a little breathing room. Snags it, and there's running room. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2 possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Looking to throw on first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Got it in the middle, it's Robinson. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Looking downfield on first down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. That screen pass just never had a chance to get going, and the defense wrecked it from the start.
And you assume on a screenplay you're going to get something positive, something decent. That was absolutely awful. There was nowhere to go, no room for the running back to make a play. That offense needs to execute that a lot better.
There he goes. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
One of the things I love about the passing game we've seen on offense so far here is just how good the decisions have been by the quarterback. He's not being too greedy. When the shot plays have been there, he's taken them, and they've scored.
Could be an alley. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
Really nice run there, and you've seen him do this a time and time again in this game so far. You've got the lead. We're way late in the third quarter now. Not going to surprise me if they just keep leaning on this guy a little bit. Keep force-feeding him the football, because he is looking really good.
He wants to change this route. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Ballard.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
Second down, he'll throw it. Fires left side, it's Smith. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. That's the end of the period, and Pittsburgh has the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the fourth quarter.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's Robinson. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. They are controlling the ball. 9th play of the drive. Running inside. It's Turner. Running behind those pads. He gets a couple before he's stopped at the 18.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9.
Well, this guy has had a day to remember, putting up outstanding numbers in this one, and he is still piling on in the fourth quarter, breaking off some beautiful runs. This defense has not had an answer for him all game long.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Tries again to get it in. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Using his legs, it's right. Touchdown, Panthers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point right down the boulevard is there now, up 20 in the 4th. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. Fielded in the end zone, it's Green. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Back to throw, it's Edwards. Now sliding to his left. Blasted as he lets it go. Got a man, it's Ship. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
The Pitt Panthers offense out there to go on the attack. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Tripped up for the tackle.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebackers swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
The officials stopped the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. It'll be 3rd and long. Looking for a gap. It's Turner. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. Pitt will have to boot this one away. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. Back to pass, it's Edwards. Might be looking to run. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
You know, for this quarterback late in the game, you just need to have a better concept of the situation. Can't take sacks at this juncture. And I know that the play gets thrown off, the timing's off, and you're forced to roll out. But if nobody's open, either run the ball.
And he's thrown another interception. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27.
The #1 objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff that teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
That ought to be enough to give Pitt the first down.
Really been impressed by the balance we've seen from this offense so far in the game, but I think you got to give a lot of the credit to the running game because it's been able to freeze these defenses, help set up play action. They've been physical at the point of attack. I think that really has been the key force for this offense so far, having the success they've had.
Fights off a defender. Not quite able to turn that corner and get it to the house. He's out of bounds at the 8.